Alright guys, welcome back. This is Shadow Drake. This will be tutorial 3B, where you're going to get started with mining. Now 3A would be your basic foundation, something that you can build up to just get started with the processing side of things. And like I mentioned, when you get started, you have basically two main things to do. One, build your initial industry for processing resources and building supplies, and two, getting your resources. So that tutorial handles more of the industry started side of things. This one will be about how to mine and what to look for when you get started so that you don't waste too much time grabbing resources you don't need. So, like I said, depending on the start, you will have different supplies. This one in particular, we're going to be looking at the red box, which is the survival supplies. Now, why that's important is because your tracking beacon is going to be the biggest thing that you need for this, so that you can find your way back home. I've gotten lost many times. Hopefully with the terrain rework is live, you will probably recognize different features and probably get back without this thing. Right now, the procedural generation can very easily get you lost because one mountain looks the same as another. You also have small flags to basically mark spots for yourself as well. The other thing that we will tackle is using the mining supplies. It will have flares, it will have a new belt, and more than likely a pneumatic mining drill. But the fun part will be the mining charges. Alrighty, let's get started. This one will be done in Mars so that you can see the differences. So once again, we're coming down, questioning our choices in life. And we're out. This is the Martian landscape. It's not that much different from the moon, except that you have a very thin atmosphere you can pull from. So the first thing you want to do when you're mining is, first, your tool belt and your mining belt. Swap them. The reason you want to do this is when you're mining with your mining belt equipped, all ores will automatically go to these spaces. If your tool belt is equipped, then any ore you try to mine will drop onto the world. We don't want that, so swap to your mining belts. The next thing you want to do is move your tracker chip into your handheld tablet. Now we're going to go find our red mining supplies box, or basically survival box. This tracking beacon, we're going to take it, and we're going to turn it on with right click and place it. You can also just turn it on or off by clicking it on the yellow indicator light. Now, turn on your beacon, bring out your tablet, turn on your tablet, and use your mouse scroll wheel to find the tracking beacon. So what that means is no matter where you go, you will be able to find your way back home. Trust me, you want to do this because sometimes you may travel far and or get lost. I get lost very easily, so I really do need this. Next thing we're going to do is probably open up some inventory space. I'm just going to drop stuff, except for my tool belt. Cartridges, I will... Well, I'll put my heal pill back there. I don't need it yet. Now we're going to find the mining supplies. Ooh. We get a flare gun. We get some flares. I'm going to put that back. We can load the flares. As you can see, flares are a good marker for you to get back to, or just to give you some light. I've never really used these that much, so there we go. What we really want, though, are these mining charges. Careful, these things can kill you. And this mining belt and pneumatic drill, we will just leave alone for now. So, mining. The first resources you're going to need to collect is going to be probably 2 stacks of coal, 1 stack of copper, 1 stack of gold, and a stack of oxide. To mine, you have your pickaxe, which, let's just be honest, nobody's going to use. It basically mines the terrain very slowly. use this if you made a mistake and ran out of battery for your mining drill. Remember your battery, you can always open it up to see your battery. An idle mining drill will slowly drain, so turn it on only when you need to. Now, once you've confirmed once again for safety that your tracking beacon is on, you're off to go mining. So now we're going to go mine resources. There's a lot of resources you can encounter while running around, and this is why you will get lost, because you can roam pretty far to find resources. Like I said, we need iron, copper, gold, silicon, and for the cold world, some oxide. That will be the first things you need. Copper will look like this greenish rock over here, and let me just excavate a little bit around it so you can see it better. So copper will look like this. It's kind of like a greenish rock, very easy to get. And you can see just left clicking, you will begin mining. Remember, you need at least a stack of these. A stack is 50 of them, and you can open up your mining belt to see how much you have. As you get farther, you'll kind of gain an understanding of what you need more, but iron, copper, gold, and silicon will be your primary things that you need. It's okay to mine other things like coal, stuff that you would need. This is why I would recommend having inventory. So if you get some extra stuff, you can go and get it. Mining can take quite a bit of time, so at the very beginning, grab only what you need. And this is what the mining chargers are for. So when you use a mining charge, have it in your hand, right click, and that arms it. I did Mars so that you can hear the beeps. Run away. As you can see, it made a huge hole, and you get a lot of ores at the bottom. Now you can collect the ores by hand. You can alt drag or use it by hand, or you can use your drill. Even if it's off, most of the times if you left click while your drill is off over an ore, it will automatically get pushed into your belt. Another thing, you want to mine preferably when the day is up, the sun is up, because you'll be able to see what you're doing, and you'll be able to see ores. So I got 25 copper, 34 gold. I need a little bit more gold. Looks like there's still some gold here. Maybe I'll just drill a little hole here. Throw another mining charge there. Run away. Yeah, definitely use the mining charges at the beginning to get your initial stuff. It will greatly speed up the beginning. There's not as much gold as I wanted, but there is some silicon. As you can see, I collected more than enough silicon. 50 is typically what you need at the beginning. I have not gotten any iron whatsoever, but the other ice we will need is oxides. Highly recommend this. This is going to be something you will need. Now, ices melt if exposed to the sunlight. See, now there's only 4 oxide versus the 7. So you want to absolutely make sure that they go inside your belt. So let's keep looking. Now, iron looks like this. It's usually very common, and it's also the thing you need a lot of. This is why I recommend 2 stacks of it. A lot of the stuff you need at the start will require iron. So definitely make sure you get at least 2 full stacks of iron. So at least 100 iron. It will be very helpful. Alright, look at all that iron. Also kind of lucked out and got lead, which is another resource that is helpful later. It's not helpful at the beginning, but feel free to collect it if that's what you got. Okay, see, this is why you need the inventory free. So I collected all the iron I need, all the silicon I need. I still need some more oxide technically and some copper. So let's look for copper. while the sun is still up. This blue ice is oxide, so go ahead and grab oxide. This green ice is nitrice. Don't mind that just yet. This red ice is volatiles. Make a mental note of it because you will need it. Up here's some copper, so let's just hand mine. Now, can you get by with less? Yes, you can. But as you can see, the sun has gone down, which makes mining much more difficult because now you're actually having to really roam and look for resources. This is gold right here. Very shiny, and it's usually one of the rare ones. Which is unfortunate because you need a lot of it. So I still need copper. Silicon looks like this. It's very white and rockish, but I don't need any. I don't need any more right now. I do need the copper. Alright, so with that, I have 2 full stacks of 50 iron, a full stack of gold, full stack of copper, full stack of silicon. So really all I need is a little bit of oxide. And the reason I recommend getting the oxide is it will come in handy when you're building your habitat later. One thing I forgot to mention is if you press F1, it will bring your help. You can look up at the different ores that there are. Ores and ices. When you click on oxide, for example, it'll tell you a little bit about it, and it tells you what it contains. Oxide has oxygen and nitrogen. This is why I recommend you get some oxide. This is going to be what you... Whoa, I wandered back into my base. It's what you will use to make your habitat breathable. The other thing I would recommend is some coal, but you know, you don't really need a lot of it right now. Coal can be used for emergency power, but coal is better used when you're teched up a little bit more. So let's get a little bit of oxide. Make sure we got 50. There we go. With that, we have everything we need. Once you're done with your initial mining, use your tracking beacon to go find yourself back home. And now that you have your initial resources, now comes basically where you do tutorial 3A. First, turn off your tracking beacon. Make sure that none of your ices are on the floor. And now you basically build your initial construction hut as you slowly work your way to build a starting survivable, breathable base. So let's head on to the next tutorial. So hopefully this helps. So thank you, and see you later.